Alright, what's going on? Just wanted to show off a nice little speed run here of the Separate Ways DLC for Resident Evil 4. And yeah, just trying to do, I guess the criteria is kind of a self-made thing, is yeah, just trying to get S on the hardest difficulty, which is professional. And then on top of that, trying to speed run at the same time. So yeah, we'll jump right into it here. It's really quick, but coming right up here, we're getting a boss fight right at the beginning. Quick there with the dodge on that. We're just unloading some ammo into this guy here, pulling out the TMP, getting a few headshots. In this normal run out of ammo, kind of time it out so he doesn't hit his second phase quite yet before we can reload. Yeah, this game starts right into it really quick with a boss fight in the beginning. Never seen this, but yeah, just taking some shots there. We broke the first vase. There's a second vase on this other corner that'll give us some ammo. And you can see it's now in second phase here, so this guy's got a couple clones. I just use a TMP, which is like got 30 ammo in it, just to pick him off real quick, find the real one, and just unload into his face. And you can see it's almost done here. Got a few shots. Really quick first boss fight, and that's never seen a game start with a boss fight like that there. But okay, now we can actually chill, so I can actually explain a little bit. But yeah, so basically professional mode here. Big thing that I was trying to do in this is that there's no bonus weapons. So normal playthroughs, you can get like post-game weapons that are stronger. One actually has infinite ammo, which I think is like a really cheap way to win professional mode and even get S mode or S rank on it. But yeah, I just like to keep it traditional. So this is like you straight up start the game with like no extra bonuses at all. Is how, you know, if you were to pick up the. All right, so yeah, we're going back in here with the first kill. So this is a whole stealth section. Just gonna skip a few pieces, go right into it here. But yeah, we see a guy walking out, and this guy's actually pretty easy to sneak around. You get like a lot of leeway before he recognizes you. But a big part of this whole section is you want to stay in stealth mode because you can skip a ton if you make it all the way through. So yeah, yep, collecting a couple treasures on the way. Another big thing with this game is that it's kind of like an ammo management, resource management kind of game because it is survival. But yeah, we want to collect treasures because it's really important that we upgrade our weapons, get the necessary, you know, stuff essentially for later game. This is the first choking point. Sometimes I miss this guy. He has like a 2-second window where you can go behind him and stab him. But yeah, we'll go back up here. Gonna grab the rifle, which is honestly, guys, is like the best gun in the game. Like I think this is the greatest one amongst both the DLC and the original. Just a really strong one-shotter. Not even one shot, but it just does a lot of damage. Very high risk, high reward, but you'll see that later on. So yep, grabbing the flash grenade too. Flash grenades also god tier like item to have. It's pretty much like a get out of jail free card for a lot of sections. But yeah, we're coming back into the action real soon, so we're gonna jump up here. Gonna get a little ambush here with a bunch of archers on the side. I skip those. Definitely don't try to take a shot now, but here as I get to the top, try to do as best I can to get all 4 barrels. I got a little unlucky with this guy, but I still pulled it off. A little close on that shot there too. There's still 2 cannons firing at us from the left and right sides. So yeah, we're just gonna get those. The movement on these things are always like really jank, so it takes a little bit to move over. Yeah, we're gonna jump over, grapple over there, and then I just personally like to take just, you know, 15-20 seconds just to loot this area, just because there's a ton of pesetas, which is like the currency for this game, as well as like, yeah, we're seeing like a large resource there, which is good for building shit. And yeah, 10 ammo also on the side for handgun, which is nice early game. So we're already coming to this with like 60 handgun shots already. And yeah, that's a quick first chapter of this game right there. So yeah, total there's going to be 7 chapters in this. It's about, you know, I'd say an hour and a half normally to go through it all, but to get the actual S rank, it's actually 2.5 hours. So the S rank, I guess to explain the S rank itself is you want to beat the game. It's all based on time, so it is meant to be speedrun, but 2.5 hours is the limit for S mode or for S rank. And so we're doing it like with a whole hour less. So this has been like the result of like probably 50 plus times playing this this DLC here. And honestly, usually I do it on the difficulty right below professional, which is hardcore mode. And I've never really fully beaten it on professional. I don't think I have, but hardcore and professional are pretty similar, just slight differences. More so just in difficulty, I guess, but like the enemy arrangements aren't too different. So yeah, anyways, we're coming down here, coming to the first challenging part. Gonna get this quick ring here just for us to sell later on, and then here we go. We're gonna run into a really fast section. So realize this after like 20 times doing this, you can just run past these guys. This is very critical. You need a stun right here, and I messed this up a little bit. There's a yellow herb on the left if you saw that. I meant to grab that, but instead it was a grapple, which kind of sucks. But anyways, we're out of there, so skipped like 10 enemies on that, and we're gonna kind of come around. But something else with this game too, I realized, like I always thought, oh, you can just run past any enemies you want. Actually, that is not true. It is like very calculated for every enemy in this game on what path you make to get around them, and it's usually not free to get around enemies without killing them. So that whole section was really nice to save us a ton of ammo and time. And yeah, we kind of come into this house right here, gonna collect a few things, get the TMP ammo. I'll have to explain the guns here in a second too, but we'll get to that in a second here. So we're gonna turn around, go around the ladder, we're gonna stealth kill this guy. And actually after this part you have to get caught. There's no way to stealth through it anymore. So we're gonna grab this, and this is always a tense moment for me. So you gotta shoot the barrel on the right, kill off this person, and then very quickly get this headshot. If you miss that, you're in real trouble because there's not much time to kill. Let these guys push open the doors and run past. And I hate this bridge section. So you have to watch for the guy throwing the axe. Then we got this big guy with the hammer coming down. You actually have to duck and avoid that, and then also avoid the arrows from this person to get way up there. Pray they don't hit you as you're grappling. That was honestly like one of the cleanest I've ever done. So usually it's not that simple. But yeah, we're gonna keep going here. Onto another chill section. Just gonna be stabbing a few people. This is again a stealth mode section, so not too crazy for technical stuff. But yeah, maybe I'll explain the weapons really quick. So right now we have 3 guns. We have the handgun, which I usually use just for picking off like freak, enemies that are not risky to hit us, and we can take our time with them. I don't use a handgun too much, to be honest. Then we got the TMP, which is the submachine gun, and that's more so of almost like a boss killer kind of stun weapon. Really nice. I've underrated that gun for the longest time, and I love it now. And then yeah, lastly we got the rifle, which is just a huge hard hitter, and you'll see that too in a second. So again, my favorite gun is the rifle right now. But yeah, anyways, we're getting back to this. So just picking off a few of these blue emblems. This is actually a side quest, but it's so nice to just quickly get this here. Get a few extra spinels, which is another currency that you'll see later on, used to buy all sorts of stuff too. It's like a special kind of shop area. So yeah, we'll see that. Get the the emblems in there. So I already kind of memorized what that was to save us some time, but you're supposed to find them on the rocks. And I'm just gonna skip through this section here. It's nice you can just kind of run past everyone because there's a hard loading screen after this gate, so it doesn't matter if you get aggroed or anything. We'll go through the gate here. Let it load in. So yep, again, kind of back on the chill stuff. I'm gonna be grabbing a few gems up in here, which I'll also have to explain. So you can collect gems and you can put them into other items to make them more valuable, and there's like combinations that make them, a multiplier essentially for what it is. So you want to look at the colors of the gems when you put them in, but we'll look at that later on too. So yeah, again, grabbing the yellow herb, which is basically you use that to increase your health permanently, which is really nice. So there's a few herbs in this game. There's for health here. So the green herb, which is just a regular heal. Then there's a red herb, which if you combine it with the green, will give you a full heal. And then on top of that, there's the yellow herb, which is a permanent health increase on maximum health. So you can combine them all sorts of ways, which we'll see in this game. But Usually I try to hold them until I absolutely need them, just so I'm not wasting any unnecessary health. And yeah, we'll come right into this here. So now we're getting to another difficult part. We meet the merchant, which is the guy who we sell all our stuff to, buy weapons from. And here we go. I'm just gonna take a little bit of time. This one, I think I take a little bit longer than I should have. Just kind of going through. So selling all the stuff that we got earlier, all the items, or sorry, like the treasures we got. And I usually prioritize. I think in this one actually I prioritize buying the shotgun early, which is gonna be our 4th gun, and that's actually all we need are those 4 guns. Actually, I lied. One other one coming up, but I was thinking about that there. You get a special offer if you buy it right now. It's cheaper. I think I go for it. Yep. But I don't have no space, so then I end up buying a case upgrade to. This is a little bit unusual, and there you can see me combining all this stuff just for the future. So we got health in here. I think I opt for the bigger case and the shotgun. And you can see I'm selling off some stuff just to clean up my inventory, because inventory space is a big thing, especially early game. So yeah, nice. We got the shotgun now. Shotgun also, like, unusually really good right now for early game, but I would say it's not a damage dealing kind of gun. It's more like you shoot somebody, you get the fuck out of their way, you know? Like, if somebody's in your way and you're about to die, the shotgun is like an immediate get me out of here kind of thing. So a little niche, but it's nice to have it for like scary situations. And yeah, you're gonna see I'm selling off a couple handgun ammos because we don't use handgun too much. Repairing the knife too, which is another thing. So every time you stab somebody, it actually damages your knife. But you can you can like get other knives too that are disposable. So you'll see me swapping through those throughout the game. But yeah, I usually don't upgrade the knife too often. So yep. And this is just like the maintenance. I'm kind of setting up for the whole game here, just registering the shortcuts so I can quickly swap guns here when I need to. And I kind of messed it up a few times, actually, so this could have been a little faster. But we make do with what we got. So we're going to be rotating between all these guns during the next boss fight coming up, which is another difficult part in the game. So yeah, we're going to come in here, get the cabinet on there, get the health here, shoot down the treasure up here, which is just a small velvet blue, which is kind of like a minimal treasure. It's not a real one, but gives you some cash. Just getting all the ammo, getting the cabinet here, and then the gunpowder on the left. And we're going to get this last thing here too before we get into the Black Robe boss fight. Second, interaction here. And this one is a lot harder than the first one. So for every time he always moves to the right, so I always start with the rifle. Shoot him twice if I can. I was scared as hell for that. I thought he was going to hit me. He didn't in that case. Usually he does. I actually slip up a few times to get a headshot there on that, but really this guy is much harder. He can like teleport. You're gonna see he's gonna have clones, but you really want to keep your distance. It is possible to like parry an attack too. I never mentioned that, but in this professional mode, it's like the window to parry is insanely small. It's like fractions of a second, so you have to time it exactly when he hits you, and it's just never guaranteed. So I try to avoid just getting in his like close range vicinity if I can. So yeah, just come around here, sniping him a couple times in the head. You see he's hitting the second phase. He has 3 phases for this now, so now he's going to start popping out some clones. I think I opt to, craft some rifle ammo, and I'll have to explain crafting too. But yeah, you'll see I'm kind of testing now. First boss fight, remember, we just like, he'd go away if you shot him. Now it just goes through him, so you can't really kill the clones unless you parry one of their attacks, which is difficult. So you kind of have to kite them too. And you never know right away which is the right one. Fuck that attack, that is so hard to dodge. You never know right away which one's the right guy until maybe 10 seconds in, where his eyes start glowing red. So here we bust out the shotgun. I actually parry that guy, that was insane. So usually I don't get a parry at all in this fight, but it killed off one of his clones. I'm gonna jump for that. Always got my hand on the E button for that there. And we're gonna load it out onto him. And we're already on the 3rd final phase, which is definitely the hardest. We're gonna have like 3 of these dudes chasing us, and we have to find the right one. Get hit a couple times there, a little scary. I think Alfred has like a half a heal with a regular green herb. That is like very dangerous if he grabs you there, so get a couple melee attacks off, dodge all these hits coming in. And I just know he's low at this point, so I'm really just trying to load up for the final few shots. Dodge that, and that was so lucky. Oh my god. Just unload a full clip and shotgun and stab this dude, and he's still alive. He's probably just got a few hits left. I was just so surprised he didn't die from the shotgun shots. So I whip out the pistol, just try to clip him a couple times with that. And there it is, Black Robe fight number 2. So that is a crazy fight. So took me a long time to get consistent on that one. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of half loot the village area here. We bought a key earlier at the shop, so we're gonna use that there, get the treasure from it. Cool thing too, we're gonna break this window intentionally because that's gonna actually play a role later on when we come back in here. So just a small little detail. But yeah, we're just gonna half loot because we're coming back here later on in this game, so just gonna get the stuff that's kind of in our path here. And usually the bigger treasures too for that. Break any barrels, see if we can collect some ammo just as we're going around. I like to just take a quick detour going this one just because there's a flash grenade. Flash grenades are OP early game, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, they're good in general. And you can actually craft them once you get to like the second half of the game, but right now it's like super valuable because you can only pick them up and not craft them. So yeah, just collecting some money, collecting that gem earlier. And we're actually gonna head off now into the next section. So this is actually a chill piece of the game right now. So we'll walk around here. Alright, so yep. Gonna keep going on. Another kind of chill section too. We're just gonna go back. Actually pause for a second. I think I had to drink some water or something. So anyways, again, back into it. Just a couple barrels in the hut right here. Got some TMP ammo, which is always welcome. Yeah, really, we're just stockpiling up a lot of our ammo because there's gonna be a big fight where it's like, I swear this is the hardest fight in the game coming up in the next chapter. But yeah, cleared off chapter 2. Next up, we got chapter 3 of 7 total. And the difficulty definitely starts to ramp up after like those first 2 chapters. So yeah, again, another chill section here. We're just gonna jump into this building. It's gonna be a bit of a looting section on here. So
hope there's a lead on Louise.
Yeah, just kind of collecting a couple hand grenades, gunpowder, and I usually do this in like an efficient way, so I'm not just wandering all over the place. Shotgun shells always welcome. And we're gonna get a chicken egg here, which is just healing. Small bit of healing, but any healing is really important in this game. Because basically in professional mode, I feel like if you get hit like once, you're pretty much down to like 10% health. You get hit twice, you're dead. So really important to have health, just in case you mess up. We're gonna get the hidden key, which is actually what we need to progress in the story. So yep. Inventory's looking a little bit tight, so I think I toss, and I craft some weapon ammo. That's something else I want to explain. Yeah, it's the crafting system. So you'll see that every once in a while I can jump into my inventory and craft ammunition, or sometimes grenades and sorts of stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff you can craft, but the 2 of them that I always use, and you know, the only ones I feel like are important, are rifle ammo, and later on going to be flash grenades. But all right, we'll get back to that in a second. So yep, this guy's chasing us. We're gonna actually run through here, duck, and avoid this guy. I got cheap shots right there. That was some bullshit. Like, never happens. But whatever, we're gonna jump out of there. And this is a chasing section right now, so that big dude behind us is chasing us. Pull out the TMP, just stun this person, just so I can run past and get this little shortcut. We usually don't go this way. But yeah, saves us a couple seconds in another fight. Then there's gonna be 2 guys down here. I always swap the shotgun because this guy on the left, swear you got 50% chance he comes in and just like grabs you, so I just stay ready. This one we got pretty lucky. He didn't grab us there, which is nice, so save the shotgun round. And yeah, we're gonna detour just for a second from the path just to grab the emerald over here. Just another gem that we're gonna use to combine into some other stuff later. And it's just a rare one to see, so it's important to grab it. We're ultimately saving up because we need a lot of money for late game. And you'll see it'll ramp up pretty quick. But yeah, anyways, back to the crafting. So just, rifle ammo, and then later on, once we get the recipe for flash grenades, we're gonna build that too. But it's super nice to know that those two are using the same two resources. So we just look out for large resources, and gunpowder is what we need. So those are all we really look out for. And anyways, we're going into the section. This is another stealth section, but you have to be super quick. This guy maybe has like a 1 second grace period before he turns around, so you have to be very fast with that. We're gonna duck underneath the trip mine, grab the person on the right here soon, and stab her as well. And then you're gonna see actually this guy has got Leon's jacket in the corner. For whatever reason, he's staying in the corner there. We're gonna stab him. We can sell that jacket back to the merchant, and it gives us a bunch of nice stuff. This guy always opens the door, and we gotta snipe him. I don't know what was up with the color on that. I missed it. Got lucky with the second shot, so that's okay. Grab a couple more pieces of ammo. I got the large resource. That's what I'm talking about for the rifle ammo and the flash grenade ammo later on. And here I'm just prepping this session because we're going to be running through this shortly. And this is a really tense area too. So yeah, going back to the merchant, selling off all this. There's that jacket I was talking about. Sell a whole bunch of things. And again, prioritizing. Oh, I should get a case upgrade here. And then get that charm, which will help us sometimes. Basically the charm gives us a small chance whenever we craft rifle ammo to get a couple extra rounds of ammo. So it's nice, 2,500 pesetas, and you can sometimes get like 10 to 15 extra rounds of rifle ammo throughout the game. And yeah, here you go. I'm just kind of selling off stuff, making sure there's space in my inventory because we're going to be picking up our final weapon that we need for the game. It's going to be a big, let's see. I don't want to spoil it here. So, and yeah, prioritizing basically the rifle upgrades. I always go for, I got a durability one just to play it safe on the knife so we don't break our knife. But yeah, prioritizing rifle firepower and prioritizing TMP, which is a submachine gun firepower. So I feel like the firepower upgrades are the only ones that are directly affecting you get the most out of your ammo, because the other ones like reload speed or rate of fire don't really affect how much a single bullet does. So I always prioritize firepower. Here we go. We bought that. Remember the spindles that we were talking about? You can buy a key for that. There you go. And that's the final weapon, by the way. You get the crossbow, which is basically like a equivalent to like the Magnum in the original game for the base game. Really nice. It's specific to Ada, and we use this crossbow like multiple times throughout many boss fights. But yeah, right now we're just gonna store it because it just takes up a huge amount of space at the same time, and we just cannot afford that right now. So anyways, yep, prepped up this session, grabbed all the stuff there because this is going to be a very quick section once we come back here. And yeah, we're going to run down, grab this stuff. Coming down, there's going to be some TMP ammo and a couple other crates. But yeah, we're coming down here just to progress the storyline.
Not good.
We'll give that a second. Oh, yawning up in here. Grab the yellow herb, which yellow herbs are pretty valuable. Like I said, they increase your max health, which is really nice for when you get a bunch of them late game. The health does matter. Okay. And actually mess up here. This is like the first kind of major, not even major mistake, but time waste here is I forgot to grab the cigarettes there and get the guy's number to call him. So I realized as soon as I walked into the stairs, I'm like, wait, this is the cutscene should have prompted. So I had to go back. Lost 10 seconds, but it is what it is. So there we go. And we're gonna let him call us here. Now we're about to go into another section where it's pretty fast paced. right, and here we go. So first headshot there is going to be a second guy coming up. We're going to headshot him as well. Wait for him to open the door. I suck at this game. And pop his head again there. Now we're going to reload. We're going to pull out the shotgun because there's one old lady that always chases me or like grabs me right away. Blew her up. We need that time too where it takes her to get up. And this is a really tense moment. Took me a long time to perfect this, but you can actually pull this thing out and just start cranking away. And looks like the chainsaw person misses every time the first time. But second time, look how close that was. If that thing hit me, it would have been an instant death. So I got insanely lucky. I've not seen it that close in a while. But we got out of there with no time to spare. And now we're back in the house again. Just going to... We already pretty much looted 80% of it. I'm just going to go back here, just get a quick herb in the bathroom, and then there's going to be a gem outside. I think it's a red one, so good to keep collecting those just throughout the course of the run, so it's not, you know, so you're not screwed over late game, because those become pretty valuable once you combine them all. But yep, again, we're just going to be kind of having a little chill section here. We're going to be running through. And we're actually coming up to the next boss fight pretty soon here. And I'll tell you, this next boss fight, I swear to God, this is the hardest boss fight in the entire game. I have spent so much time researching it, trying to perfect it. And you'll see in a second here. But yeah, two guys coming out, both got the plagas, which I think is the first time you see this. Basically just like a stronger version. And I always opt to kill them because they can chase you really far into the next section. And you don't want to have those around when you're trying to like buy stuff at the shop coming up. It can just be a mess, so I've just been playing it safe and killing them. You'll see we're a little bit lower on the rifle rounds, which are going to be critical for the boss coming up. But yep, we're going to stop by here, just going to quick prep for this fight coming up. We got the flash grenade here, which is nice to have, though it won't be useful for the boss fight, but later on. And here, I probably take a little bit longer than I should too as well. You can see I'm actually, here we go, this is what I'm talking about with combining the gemstones. And if you have them all the same color, that is the best combination. So that's why it's ideal to wait sometimes versus just like putting anything into it. But yeah, for sure prioritizing the rifle and the TMP for this one, because that's going to be our two weapons for the fight. Many times I'd buy the rocket launcher, which is like something I'll have to explain too, but I haven't been doing that anymore for this fight, just because it sets you back a ton. It's like a, I guess I can explain the rocket launcher. So that's like another one-time use weapon. It costs 160,000 pesetas, which is a huge amount, but it insta-kills any boss. So we will be using that late game, but right now it's just 160,000 pesetas this early is just too detrimental. That means like selling off all your guns and pretty much like 90% of the inventory we worked up. So it's just better just to fight it out here. But it's a fun fight. It's just really hard. And I actually remember I forgot to attach the I forgot what we call it, like the handle thing for the TMP. Is that attachment makes it more stabilized. And here you can actually see I put away the shotgun because we're not going to need close range too often, and I'm going to swap it for the crossbow, which we had in our not an inventory, the like storage. Only thing with the crossbow, I don't know why it never auto moves your stuff around for it, so I had to manually put it in or make space for it. I messed that up. And then we get the crossbow. So we're definitely going to be using the crossbow. The rounds for crossbows are really hard to find, but they do a lot of damage. So we only got 3. We're going to pick up 2 more later on, but anyways, we're back in the village. I messed up on this section. I decided to go back and save just in case some disaster happens here. I just didn't want to have to like go way back, because if you die, you go back to when you last saved. So anyways, we're going back to the village like we were at before, and this is what I'm talking about. We're going to loot the remaining house. So remember how we broke that window earlier during the daytime? Now it's still broken, and there's a guy in here, so you can jump in without alerting the guy in the house. Grab the golden chicken egg, which is just something nice to sell. And you can actually stealth kill this dude up here. Usually he's shooting you, so it's really nice just to get a free kill. Easy treasure there. And we're gonna come around. I probably overdo this section with the flash grenade. I didn't think it's necessary. It's just like 2 people. Just horrible luck for this though. There's a treasure in this house. Look at the way, okay, this woman just body blocks me completely from the treasure. So I was lucky to hit her in the wall there. So she was stunned a little longer. Dodge this axe. Good to get the treasure. And then I just like to look behind. Sometimes the timing of that axe actually hits you. But now we're coming up close. Another fast-paced section. So I don't even have time to break those crates. Just shoot them down. And then there's going to be a treasure that you have to shoot this thing on the windmill when it's on the full right side. Otherwise, it drops in the well and gets dirty. And you lose like 10 times its value. So grab that real quick. There's always a lady chasing you behind, so you got to be fast with it. And then this is a new thing I've been kind of doing in my recent runs. Is going to this side section on the right. Grabbing the extra crossbow rounds. And the shotgun rounds. I think the barrels too. There's actually a treasure even further in, like a gem, but I just feel like it's not worth it. Just because there's a ton of people that come through this door. So I got lucky, only 2 of them came through. We're going to grab the red herb, grab the knife on the wall, and then we're going to prep up here for the fight that I absolutely hate. Like, just really hard. We're going to fight a giant. You'll see in a second. I'll explain that as we're going through. It's going to be pretty fast, but you'll see. Okay, so right off the top, we have to shoot this guy 5 times in the head with the rifle. And we want to stay off the ground just because it's better angles for shooting him. And there's also a bunch of enemies on the ground too, so you want to stay off the ground as much as you can. But at the same time, oh, here, we're going to see, this is a 5th shot. Now it pops the Plaga, which is its weak spot. And that's what you really want to damage there. So you see me kind of juggling between the 2 bigger houses. Now we're going to pull out the crossbow. We have five rounds, and just look at this. This is insanely nice positioning because you want to shoot both the head and the Plaga. So it's just perfect spot for all of them, and every time you get stunned a little bit, I think I messed up this last shot. I didn't expect him to pop his head up, so I actually damaged myself there, but just nice little damage rounds there. Finish him off a little bit with a TMP, and he actually drops. And usually, if I have a round in my rifle, I can shoot him once, but I didn't, so I just had to immediately rush the knife attack. We're going to need at least 2 of these knife attacks before we can kill him. But that's 1. We're back on the ground, jumping back up to here, and you'll see, I think I have to jump back down just because I want to conserve the health of the buildings. Like, if all the buildings go down, he becomes much harder to hit. So you'll see me kind of reloading here as I'm running around. Don't know what I do with that large resource, but don't think I need it. Also, a big thing for this fight is that it's just a huge ammo dump. Like, so many times, this is what makes it so hard, is that this fight, you run out of ammo so often, especially rifle rounds, which are so critical. And just the Plaga itself is really hard to hit. Like, you'll see it's moving around all over the place. I missed that one. So it's really important to take your time and make sure those shots hit. And pull out the TMP when he's kind of mid-range too, and keep juggling. The houses do go down after enough hits, so you have to be really careful with it. Nice little 2 shots off there. So far, this is an amazing fight, by the way. This is above average for a typical playthrough. Gonna reload. We still have a decent amount of TMP ammo. You saw the house go down there, so I think we just have 1 left. Oh, never mind. We got another one still. This is just a hard one. And he's gonna be tossing some rocks, so I dodged behind the house. Try to get a couple shots off. And load him off with a TMP. He still doesn't go down, which sucks. So I have to jump again. I think he still breaks the house, so there goes that. Or at least a piece of it. I think the actual count is you need like 20, equivalent of like 20 rifle shots to the Plaga to kill him, just in terms of damage. So these guys just an absolute damage soak. Yeah, we're seeing we're getting a little low. I don't know how this dude grabbed me. He was so far away, but I lose a knife for that, so there goes that. And this is the part where I'm like, shit, this is very shitty right now. I'm surrounded by people. I get kicked down. That was really close to dying right there, so I'm glad I survived that. Pop the egg, get a little health. Praying that this last building holds up enough for me to kill him. I don't think it does, but we'll see. I missed the shot, which just sucks. I suck at this game. Got a couple out there. And now I'm out of ammo, so I actually have enough just to craft. There you go. And you can see a craft bonus on the right side, too. We got 3 extra rounds from that charm, so now I have 10, which should be pretty close to enough there. There you go. I'm just a sliver of health again. You know, I'm popping more heals. I've lost. How many heals did I save up? I just used them all. Lucky that guy didn't get me there. And I think I just got one more house left. He's going to down this thing quick, though. You can see he's charging up his attack, which means I'm fucked. So, I was astonished I didn't break it. Unload some TMP into him from close by. I was just so desperate trying to hit him here before the house goes down. And now we have no houses left except for that small one, which is kind of useless. So now this is when the fight gets really hard. It's like you have nowhere to go. Oh, that was a lucky shot, you know? It gets really difficult. There you go. There's the second knife. So usually after the second one, I know he's pretty close to dying. Always a dope-ass cutscene for that. And now I'm just trying to prep up here. He's going to be chasing me around. This is always a really scary part. It's really hard to outrun this guy, too. And you have to, like, snipe it. Look how you have, like, 1 second. I missed that shot. I was so pissed. But usually it's, like, 1 or 2 shots at this point. So I'm just trying to play it really safe. There it is. Boom. He gets stunned off that, you know. Or he just, like, takes a second when he falls there. But anyways, yeah. Hard-ass boss fight right there. I'm so happy I got that on my first try. So far, like, 0 deaths on this, too, which is pretty good. Professional mode is, like, so unforgiving. So, yeah, big sigh of relief after that. That's one of the harder boss fights for sure. And now we're kind of coming back to a little bit more of a chill time. Chapter 4 of 7. So we're already over halfway through the game. And this is just a really chill section here. We're just pulling a couple levers. Oh yeah, and now we're in like another kind of biome, I guess, or another section of the game. So there's 3 sections. The first part is the village, which is what we just did. Now we're in the castle section. And then the last one's gonna be the island section. So we'll see when it gets here.
What would I do without you, Ada?
But yeah, just opening a couple doors. And there's going to be a mob coming up soon. I always thought you needed a grenade to get past these guys. You can actually just walk right through them, which is hilarious. So, I even get a little greedy. I don't usually grab that box, but I was feeling it. So, whoop, sneak right past all those guys. Honestly, kind of lucky. Sometimes, like, 10% chance somebody swings at me there, and it gets a little ugly. But yeah, we'll keep running here. So, we're chasing after Louise, who is going crazy up in here. And this is hilarious. Of all the speedruns, there's this one little section right here. Nobody ever sees that in their first playthrough. I didn't see it. When I saw that, it was like something you can do to skip like 30 seconds. That's amazing. So you can duck in that little section there. Save some time. My inventory is all messed up now, so I just got a bunch of shit I need to get rid of as soon as we get to a merchant. But yep, running up the stairs here, just getting some stuff is really still a very chill point right now. But don't worry, there's definitely going to be a lot more hard sections coming up. I think I just take a second there just to do something. So yeah, not too much to say on this part here. Just going to run up here. There's actually a treasure you can see right there. We're going to grab that in just a second. So you're going to take like just 15 seconds to grab that there. I think it's personally worth it just to guarantee you have enough money for the end game, because we are going to be buying a couple rocket launchers as well as just things that, you know, I think it's mostly the rocket launchers, but you also want to max out your damage for your rifle and TMP, the submachine gun. Pop the lock off this thing. And now it kind of leads us into this longer segment where we have to collect 3 unique items to craft like the serum to save them. You know, basically Ada and Luis have like the virus stuck in them, so they're trying to heal themselves and save themselves. Here I'm just gonna swap to my consumable knife just to break it, get it out of my inventory. And there's one other dude here too, just also you can quickly run in and stab him. I always like to kill these 2 guys first and then backtrack to get the rest of the stuff. Otherwise, I've seen those 2 come around and just like fuck up your day if you do them last. So yeah, move this around. We're gonna get close to the merchant coming up. And we're gonna do a lot of this merchant. We're definitely gonna put away the crossbow because that's a lot on your inventory. I think I just sell off a few things there. Yeah, all the treasures we collected. The chicken egg. I think I could buy the flash grenades. Yes, this is where you can buy it. Which is super nice to have for later on. Get a case upgrade so I can store some more garbage. Yep, repair the knife, which is good. You always want to have a knife available at some point. Or, you know, always basically just in case you get grabbed or so you can do those stealth kills. Every knife has like durability, so you have like one main knife and then you can get those consumable knives throughout the game too, like the kitchen knife or the boot knife are the 2 of the other ones. But yeah, you'll see I'm upgrading the TMP. I love the TMP so much. It's actually crazy how much I underestimated that gun because I used to think it sucked, but the thing is it does a lot of damage, plus the upgrades themselves are insanely cheap. Like, you can max out the firepower really quickly on it. So yeah, just again saving, just because, you know, I don't want to have to die and then have to restart the, you know, from way back. So yeah, coming down here, we're going to have a little puzzle section, but lucky for us, I've done this puzzle 50 times, so I just memorized kind of where to put them all, but funny enough, I forget the other stone, so put them all in, and you got to match it to like those inner pieces there, if you can see, and you have to kind of, it's a puzzle, so yeah. Takes me a second to kind of get everything right. I think I just moved that to the top left, or to the left side. Yeah, we're in. Again, just gonna kind of shoot these just to quickly get them here. I cannot hit that. And we're gonna get the first of the 3 items that we need to get past this chapter. And you'll see here's a little puzzle too. You're supposed to shoot the shields in the specific order to open the drawer. And there it is, right there with the, I forgot what that is. Ink. All right, there we go. And that's item number 1.
See you around, Leon.
2 more to go before we finish off the chapter. I'm gonna get a flash grenade here. Always welcome to see those. And then we're actually gonna come across, this used to be like a pretty challenging section, but after you play through it, this is just like a piece of cake coming up. So it's really cool though. The first time I really enjoyed it. You'll see what I'm talking about soon, but yep, collect the ammo, and you're supposed to ring these bells basically to match what the gates have. So you can see, I've just memorized this, but the snakes are the first gates. Get the ammo here. Next one is the dolphin thingies, fish ones or whatever, right? Oh, I'm sorry, the eagles. Get the 3. And so we're gonna grab this to let us open the door into the next section. You can actually pull this little one here. The camera's locked, so you can't turn around right away. But yeah, you can see that thing is about to come at us, so I want to do it a little quickly, but you have a lot of time. I don't think I've ever died on this section, to be honest. And you can actually shoot them even before the gates unlock, so you can kind of prep for the last one there with the snakes. And we're going to sneak through there. Boom. Easy section. This is probably the easiest part of the game, to be honest, right now. But we're coming up to one of the hardest, too. Maybe top 3 hardest coming up. So yep, use that lantern to open the gate into this next section, and we're gonna see a new enemy coming up. And it's about to get crazy, brazy on Brady. Up in here, it's gonna be crazy. Yep, and we're gonna grab the bottle. So this is kind of like a puzzle thing too. You want to be really quick with this. So here we go. Here's the knights, which is what I'm talking about. You can only shoot their plaga between the helmets. But I like to kick that guy, get the bottle in, pray he doesn't block the door, which he does. Squeeze through and then grab it again, and it locks him in, so you don't have to kill him. That was a really close call, so I'm glad that works out. Use the key that we bought in the shop earlier to get another treasure. As I'm talking with those spindles, you can buy keys and things to get you more stuff. And here we go. Here's another hard section. Yeah, so anyways. Come back in here. We're going to put the bottle in.
I think I know what's coming.
And yeah, this is going to be a tough section. So we're going to get ambushed here by a bunch of knights. And I don't know. Okay, this is crazy what happens here. The game actually glitches. Like, I feel like an extra knight spawns when it shouldn't have. But anyways, going to grab this, immediately look in the left for that knight, shoot him in that little section. And here's the trick. You always want to melee the helmets off them and then flash them to kill them. So any flash kills any of those plaga things immediately. I actually choke on this. Look at that. I get hit there and I cannot F to melee that thing. So now I'm just in a fucked position right now. Blew 2 health things and I'm in a bad spot. I am so happy that he got hit off that. I did not think that was gonna pop him, you know, to the ground. There we go, flash it. And then here's where I don't understand. So this guy normally comes up, but then the guy behind me, I've never seen that happen. And then these other two, usually this is like 2 waves combined into one. It's usually not like this. Unless I'm tripping off professional mode, I don't know. So there's these guys, and then we got the people shooting the arrows also. It's just a ridiculous amount of shit going down here. I'm panicking like hell. So, and I'm like getting shot at. And the game, I think it actually crashes here. Or it doesn't crash, but let's see what happens. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I've never seen my game freeze like this. I thought it was gonna crash, but it actually came back. So anyways, to kind of recap, yeah, 4 knights up. We popped 3 of their helmets off. And I'm like, okay, that's good. I'm not going to try and go for the 4th. Flash this thing right now. Just clear off the space. That's like the last one. I maybe could have done it, but I didn't want to risk it too much. We'll get the helmet off there. This is just the last guy plus the little arrow guys coming shooting at us too. And this guy takes hits. Look at how many hits this guy takes normally without the flash. And I'm just getting my ass kicked. Also, I don't know how those gates open without me killing this last guy, so I really think this is a glitch. Like, there's an extra guy here. And I suck at this. This guy does not go down, and I'm so low on ammo on every gun. I'm like, dude, just die. Okay. Get the little treasure too. And this section still is tough. There's 2 little sniper guys, and these fuckers are so fast. This is like a shootout right here. I almost always get hit. So let's see if I can do it here. Sometimes you can parry the arrow too, which is difficult, but let's see if I can do it. I don't think I do. Oh, I do parry. Look at that. So headshot. This guy gets me. Whatever. I'll take it. And I suck at this game. Okay.
Lights out.
So that's good. You get spindles for every knight you kill too, which is like really nice for the merchants. You can buy a bunch of nice stuff with those spindles, which are different. Those are different than the gems, just so you know. So, yep, grabbing a little treasure here. This is a little optional thing. And we're ready to get the fuck out of this section because this is difficult. But yeah, that's one of the hardest sections I'd say for sure in the castle area. There's another pretty closely difficult section too. We'll see soon. But yeah, just a little puzzle here just to open the doors. Not too hard to do. And we're out of that night section, thank God.
1 ingredient left.
Yeah, we come up to the, what am I saying? There's another tough section coming up too. And this is a really all or nothing section you'll see. Yeah, I'll explain it here as we're selling off stuff, but yeah, just doing some inventory management. Again, just same priorities, trying to upgrade the rifle and the TMP. There's the final upgrade for the TMP, look at that.
If you want a fighting chance out
I actually don't know if I take it right away, but we'll see.
I'll buy
Yes, and something else too is you really want to make sure you have a lot of fast firing shit, because you're gonna have to kill this guy coming up really quickly. So I think I start selling off some of my handgun ammo for space, and it's pretty cheap. Anyways, handgun ammo is kind of weaker now at this point in the game. But yeah, you'll see coming up here, there's gonna be it's called the maze, but you'll see there's gonna be basically like a red robe kind of guy who runs around, and you have about, you know, a few seconds to kill him right away when you see him. And if you don't kill him, this guy just sends you on a whole, you know, world tour chase up in here, and it's really difficult. It makes the fight a lot harder. So yeah, see, I'm just taking a second here, grabbing some fish, which is just free heals. Get the velvet blue for some extra money, and I do detour for a second just to grab the red gem on the side here. So again, just kind of stocking up for those later boss fights, making sure we have enough money, because those aren't really useful right now, but they will be soon. And we're almost getting to the late game too. I'd say chapters 5 and 6, 7 are later games. So anyways, coming up here, I'm really happy that this one worked out. I was scared that I wasn't going to kill this guy in time, because it's a pretty close window, but he's also not like one to easily get stunned either. You can see, grab the flash. This is so scripted out. I planned this perfectly. So you go in, grab the gunpowder there, swap immediately to the flash him, and you just have to absolutely just blow him up 3 shotgun rounds exactly, and then plus a stab. Immediately go back into the flash grenade. You want to flash it because there's people coming in. Unload all the TMP into him. And I'm so happy that he died from that, because I would have been screwed if that guy grabbed me. And there's the thing he drops. So, and I actually still fuck up here. I was trying to be a little greedy, go for some crates. This is a bad decision, because that guy came down and stunned me. Now I'm looking really bad. And there's like a bunch of people here. And I don't know if I want to use my last flash. So I think I end up getting grabbed here. If I got hit, that would have been super bad, but I think I just barely make it. Thank God. Okay. That was a mistake on my end. I like to just take a second to kill off these, or get these 2 crates. For some reason, these 2 drop like a lot of good stuff, like better than average. So I just take that second. Look at what we got. What, 15 rounds of shotgun ammo is insane.
The last ingredient's not far.
Yeah, we'll get the little gem here. And I think we're chilling for a second. Yeah, now we're just kind of going through. So we got 2 items. Right? I think 2 items. Yeah. We're on the 3rd one now to finish the chapter. Cutscene. And then there's a bunch of treasure in this area too, but it just takes forever to get them. So I'm just like, screw it, you know. I'm just going to go right past it. Skip like 10 minutes of just random stuff going on.
I should check below.
Grab the yellow diamond here, which is nice. And they're gonna run in here, another puzzle room, but we already know the puzzle, so
Must be the collection.
gonna go in here and yeah, pretty much memorize this. So boom, 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 bing, bang, boom. We got the lizard. There you go. And you got the butterfly, so I think that's the final item there to end the chapter. Look at that. Alright, so we're getting back into chapter 5 here.
Louise has the end.
Game's gonna start ramping up a little bit in difficulty. But yeah, we'll see another kind of easier section for the moment. Just kind of pulling some levers, going through some stuff. Skipping a couple sections there. And then here's a little trick. So yeah, you can always stab this guy. Just want to make sure my knife was out, so I can get my consumable knives taken out first before my actual knife. Save some money. Now I like to aggro these guys just a little bit, and then immediately shoot this flame thing. Sometimes it doesn't get them both, but in this case, I think I got lucky. I got them both there. So lucky with that there. I feel like it's like a 50% chance. And then we grab this crown, which is really nice for putting all the gems into. It's the only crown. That's actually like the best treasure you can get in the game right now. So once you get all the gems put into it too. But yeah, we're coming down to the sewer section of the game, which can be pretty challenging, especially the later part of it. But yeah, we'll see. We're going to take a quick detour up these stairs behind us. Going to grab the velvet blue. There we go. Just some quick money too. Probably not necessary at this point, to be honest, but it's like 10 seconds. Gonna reload our ammo and everything. So yeah, we're gonna come through. We're gonna see a new creature coming out too in a second. The
Hope it's not a sign of
I don't even know what you actually call them. They're like mosquito bug kind of things. It can be very dangerous if they get to you and hit you, but they're pretty squishy at the same time. Here, I wish I had 2 grenades. It would have made this so much easier, but I only have 1. So I had to do a little bit of unconventional methods here. I suck, and I missed the shot. And I'm so glad that he got staggered. I was ready for him to kill me, and then I got lucky enough to kill this guy before he turned into a plaga. That was like, I've never seen that where it popped like as I was stabbing him. So get a bunch of stuff there. Honestly, that was a pretty clean piece considering I didn't have 2 grenades. I sold a little bit too many early on, I think. But yeah, here we go. Here's those Novicidors is what they're called. Those little bug fuckers, yo. So, and it's not always obvious when they die either. But yeah, we're gonna come around. There's a merchant on the left here, but I actually skip him just because I feel like this is a pretty straightforward section. Bug coming out here. And then there's another one that kind of pops in, lands on the floor right here in a second. And then there's going to be 3 guys coming in. So there's going to be a sniper on the right, a shield guy in the middle, and then we're going to see a bug flying out too. So get the sniper guy first. I usually back up a little bit. The bug guy usually comes at me right away, but he got stuck or something. I end up just sniping him. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to mess with it. And then I usually get the shot. Here's where the shotgun's nice. Those shields make it so much easier. And honestly, this is so safe. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to use a pistol. But you can see how weak the pistol is. That's like a whole round of pistol ammo to kill one guy. And that was after a shotgun and a kick. So pistol's kind of weak right now. And I actually messed up again here too. Usually I should have a key for that. I didn't buy an extra key. So I lost out on a treasure, but that's okay. Honestly, there's like a little bit of leeway for mistakes, especially late game. In terms of like money management. But yeah, got the biosensor scope there too. We never actually need to use that, so I just send it to storage and I'm gonna sell it later too. Here we go. So there's gonna be a sniper coming down in this river. And then there's gonna be another sniper on the right, yep. He turned into a plaga, but at that point it's not necessary. We don't have to go back that path. I just don't want him to shoot me as I'm like running across this area. Because we have to go down in the river area too. But yeah, we'll turn around here. And now we actually drained this section so we can go into it. I like to kill a little snake here just for some health. And then we're about to come out to another really difficult section. So I like to just take a second, go up here and grab. I got the large resource there, but go to the merchants, just do the typical management of inventory, sell off anything I need. I can actually fully kit out this crown. So actually for the crown is a special thing where you have to have 5 different gems of different colors, and then it maxes it out. So it's actually double. So that's like 100,000 pesetas right there, which is massive. And then I sell off a few things. Keep the ornate necklace. We're going to use that later once we get a couple more gems. Sell off that biosensor scope. And I think I just go in selling all the resources. You never really need small resources. That's like for shotgun and pistol ammo. But yeah, really just need a little bit of large resource, and the gunpowder is good. But here I'm looking through that special market or special trading thing there where you can sell off the spindles for good stuff, but nothing too appealing. But yeah, here we go. So now we're gonna come down, and this section leads into a really difficult part too. But we're gonna see a bunch of those bugs come through here. I just like to use a TMP. I've tried using shotguns. I've tried using pistols, and I've just had disaster happen. So fuck it, I'm using the TMP for this. Especially because we have it like fully upgraded, so or at least for firepower. Just a little bit of inventory management because we're gonna have to stab a guy in a second. We're gonna stab this guy coming up, and then there's gonna be a bug on the left if you saw that. He's camouflaged, so you gotta be kind of quick. He was really quick to turning around there. That would have been really bad. And I'm like, where the hell did this bug go? He actually got stuck in the top section or something. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna pistol him. It's a free kill. Sucks that he can't get his drop, so usually his drop is pretty good. Get the gem. And we're actually gonna get this big fish here as part of a quest, so you can sell it off and get some more spindles. Lord of the Waterway, yep. Can I come through here? This is just a pain in the ass. I really need to use a map for this section every time. And there's little bugs getting you too. This is very dark in this cave. And the turns are just like all over the place. I like to get this little box too. Got a velvet blue, that was kind of nice. That's a rare drop for that. And there's gonna be one more guy coming up once I turn the right way. There we go. And I just like to take my time. I've had disaster. If these guys hit you, it just pretty much immediately means a full heal, so you don't want those guys to get you. Alright, here we are, coming to another difficult section of the game. And I don't think I've even perfected this section yet either. But I'm proud to say that I did beat this thing on the first try, so here we go, we'll see it. It's basically going to be a double Garrador fight. So these guys are going to be blind, but they can hear you when you walk, and you have to shoot. Their weak point is on their back. And only in professional mode, all the other modes they have this one Garrador. This one they have two on professional. So it's just, this is hard as hell. But you get the benefit, so I'll go in here. You get the benefit of getting a first shot. I try to collateral it. Gonna wait for it to pop him again on the second. Get a third off that. He gets me. These are fucking vicious ass like mini bosses. And on top of these two, there's still like a bunch of motherfuckers like coming at you. I didn't actually get him. So now I'm kind of just being careful because there's a lot of enemies coming out. Nice thing is those claw dudes, the Garradors, can actually kill regular enemies by mistake. So now it's just a little bit of a patience game here. I'm just looking for the right spot to hit him. And you have to really just keep moving like all the time. Either move all the time or stand completely still, but standing still is not really an option when there's all these enemies around you too. Got a little collateral on that. And I actually downed him from that. That was so cool too. See, and I thought I got him off this. You know, usually you have like a second where that, I don't know if it just does a lot of damage. If his plug is like popped out like that. Oh god. Holy shit, I was shitting my pants right there. I thought I was gonna die for sure. Pop one of those fish I got earlier. And at least we got one now, so it's not too impossible. Fuck this guy with the axe. See if I can get him. You never really have to kill the other enemies, so I don't try to focus them unless they're really in my way. And that's bad. You know, I was hoping I'd get him maybe a shot off there, but he's facing directly at me. A couple dodges, you know. Boom. And I think I get him right there, so that's good. That's the double Garrador fight down. And they give you gold bars too, so that's really nice. I actually don't know if I collected the second gold bar from that guy. I can't remember, but either way, I remember the monies ends up being alright in the end anyways. But yeah, we're coming through. That was just a pain in the ass section for a long time. I had to practice that many times. And I don't think that's even close to perfection, honestly. I've seen some like cheesy ways to do where you can instant kill like one of them right away pretty much. Yep, chill section here coming up. Wait, just kidding. This is actually not a chill section. This is actually very hard. Okay, so we just had like a mini boss fight there, and then you come into another full-fledged 2-phase boss fight, like 2 separate fights in one, basically. It's gonna be the final fight for that black robe dude that we've been seeing. I can't talk this entire game. So yeah, this is another one where we're gonna bust out the crossbow again because we've been saving up a bunch of rounds here. I buy the what I was talking about earlier, the rocket launcher, which is an instant kill for a boss, but you can only use it. I only have enough for 1 phase, so I always like to use the 2nd phase. Honestly, both phases are equally difficult, but I just feel like I'm more consistent personally on the 1st phase. So yeah, here you'll see I'm just doing a bunch of management again, just getting rid of all the stuff I don't really need.
Welcome. I got something new for you.
And yeah, I was trying to do some math here. I'm like, shit, what kind of stuff should I get? I had like 16 pesetas because I messed up buying the key earlier, so it's like more than I'm used to. I was trying to think of what to get. I opt to get one of the gems that is a different color, so I can get, you know, basically there's certain combinations that are better. So I try to think about that here because we still need enough money for another rocket launcher later on in the game too. I can't figure out what the hell I'm doing. So there we go. I buy an emerald and a couple things here, and I think I buy the bangle too, but I don't remember. I do get the rocket launcher, and then I get the high-powered scope too, which is just an upgraded scope for the rifle, which is nice. Like it allows you to zoom in even further if you want, and sell off the old one. So yep, just managing everything because this is gonna be a pretty intense fight. And then I save. Oh, sorry. I actually swapped the shotgun, I think, for the crossbow again. Because we haven't really upgraded the shotgun that much, so it's not really high damage. I feel like shotguns, honestly, for boss fights aren't as good either. I'm sure that's, like, debatable, but yeah, we got the rocket launcher. Moving everything around to squeeze in that crossbow because we've been saving up all those rounds of ammo since the big Gigante fight in Chapter 3. You know, how much do I got? 5 rounds there, so always good to have that, just free damage available. And I think I'm good. I maybe sell off a couple more things just to clean up some inventory space.
That's good work, if I do say so myself.
I think I do actually. Yep, here we go. You can see that I combine all of them and just. Oh?
Welcome.
I thought I do. There you go. There's like the list, by the way, if you want to see all the combinations. So I end up going for one where it's just one of every color. It's not the most ideal, but at this point I just want the money for the fight to max out like my rifle, because that's gonna be a big damage dealer. So that's 50k right there, 50k for the power final upgrade on the rifle. And I also upgraded, I like to do this too, just one upgrade on the reload speed, so you can reload 2 rounds at a time, which is just literally double as fast, and it's nice for fights like this that are long. So yeah, here we go, fully kitted out. About to go into a big ass boss fight right here. And here we go. So I open up right away with the crossbow. Just free damage, and he always gets stunned, so you can just kind of line up your shots pretty easily. I have missed a shot or 2 in the past, which sucks. But yeah, we get the 5 off. Now the fight really begins. I pop open the sniper, and I forgot to equip the high power scope, but you'll see you just want to lay in stuff. But the key to this is just knowing the attacks too, watching where you move because of those mines. That was a bullshit fucking attack. I don't know where I could have gone for that. Something else too, and that's bad. I know it's about to get hit, but you really want to stay away from him. Like, long distance is key. And here I'm just like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know if he's gonna kill me immediately. I am missing all those like evade ones. You probably have like a quarter second to hit that, honestly. But yeah, this guy's just laying out damage on me. I'm like, I'm just gonna get the fuck out of here. Just back up. Actually stop an attack there, which is nice. I should have probably kicked him there, but whatever. There's like an animation where I could have done it. Again, just unloading on him again. And these things do a lot more damage. I suck. I cannot hit a single one of those evades. And that was my last heal too, so I'm like, oh shit, okay, let's get serious with it. Imagine if you didn't have the rocket launcher, you'd have to fight this guy and then another dude after this on no health is just crazy. So that's why it's so important to save the ammo, or save like all the money and get all the treasure up to this point. Got a couple of TMP rounds in him. Now I'm getting better with the dodge. There we go, and I get a melee off, just a little extra free damage.
You're not even trying.
Good thing to get these crates too, because oh, and I hit a heavy grenade, which is super nice. That's like a lot of damage, so I just use it immediately. Gives me a second to stun him too, and a melee. And I think at this point I'm really low to. Yeah, there we go. I used the pistol to finish him off there. Now, I just like to reload. Maybe this is just a habit. It really isn't necessary because we're going to rocket launcher the guy anyways, but, you know, we were just so desperate that entire time to reload our weapons. So as soon as you pick up the treasure here, the second phase begins. But you'll see I just straight up pull out the rocket launcher, immediately shoot the ground before he goes in, and that's the end of phase 2. And honestly, that phase isn't that hard, but it's just the endurance of having to do both of those back to back is really difficult. And I'm just not as consistent on the second phase either. So far, honestly, though, up until this point, no deaths. Like, I haven't edited this at all. So, no deaths or anything. We do die, like, 3 times later on. Just annoying things that make a big mistake. But we'll see that in a second. But yeah, this is actually the end of chapter 5 coming up. So, there's just a little bit of a running section here.
The amber, Luis. Where is it?
And then we're coming up to
What do you think?
just chapter 6 and 7 left over here. And chapter 5 especially is just a really long section. Like damn, that was really long. Or maybe it's chapter 4. Chapter 4 or 5 are just long chapters in general. But yeah, we're actually going to go over here now. We're kind of onto the last biome that you call it, I guess. The island one coming up. Actually, I apologize. Not quite yet. So we're getting there, though. But here, this is the end of the chapter.
Now,
Wait. Oh my gosh, I forget. This is actually an insanely long chapter. Every time I think that's the end of the chapter, there's actually still more going on. So yeah, actually, what am I saying? This is a whole other piece here, so. Yep, just crafting some rifle ammo. And there's always a scripted enemy here. She'll always fall, and so, you know, I just know exactly where her head's gonna be. Just pop her when she falls, boom. And just a couple things. Oh, and here we go, here's another. I'll even point out my mistakes. So I've only made a couple minor mistakes up until this point. This is one of the more major ones. And the problem is, I don't even know what I would even do this, because usually I keep my shotgun. But I don't have it in this case, so you'll see there's like a speed section coming up. This guy always turns into a plaga, so I always have to stab him. And now it's nice to, you know, how I upgraded my knife, just the durability one time, you know, early game. Now it's kind of nice to have this because we only have our main knife left over. But I don't know what I did wrong here. Seriously, this is like a bullshit section. So you're supposed to run down there really quickly. I didn't get the roll off that. Usually you roll there, which is weird, but I don't know. It's down to like a quarter or a half second. I think I spent too long shooting him. But look at this. Usually I can slide underneath that. I'm like, shit. So now I gotta fight, like, this is all improvised here. Like, I'm like, okay, well, now I got like 1,000 people. Just use the grenade at this point, because there's a lot. And that doesn't even wipe them all out, I think. There's still some. Whatever. I think that's pretty clean. I don't know where that dude goes. It's crazy he didn't hit me there, but he's not hurting anybody, so I'm like, whatever, we'll just keep him there. So I have to re-go up this damn ladder, do it all again. Usually I have the shotgun to be able to shotgun that guy instead of the TMP. I really think it's down to like a half a second where you can make this bridge, or make this like gate right here. See, there's the roll I was talking about. I don't know why I didn't roll earlier. That just adds a little bit more time for you to mess around with. But yeah, this is a straight shot now. And you can really time that, like, it looks like it's about to close and you can usually get in. But I don't know how I missed the first one, seriously. Anyways, I think I make the worst mistake in the run right here. If I remember, I sell off, yeah. I sell off the blasters and the crossbow, and we really need that last crossbow round for something in, like, the final chapter to skip a section, so I missed that, which sucks so much, but I'll pay for it later on. But right now, I'm doing okay. There we go. I maxed out the firepower for the TMP. Still got some pesetas, you know, so I'm like, I don't know what to do with them. Oh, like, sure, let's just get a bangle. Just a really easy thing to make just to get an extra couple, you know, an extra 15k pesetas. So we're still, right now, we're just trying our best to save for another rocket launcher, because we're gonna need that for technically the final boss. Yeah, grab our shotgun back. We're gonna want that back now. And look at all that inventory we have, which is super nice because we just like use a lot of ammo and everything for that previous boss fight. Anyways, yep, we're kind of in the mine section now. Pretty standard. Gonna be stealthing. There's gonna be a shield guy here. The timing was a little bit weird on this. There's like 2 guys. I'm not used to that first one being there. I probably burned too much shotgun on this, but whatever. Definitely want to use the shotgun for the shield, so. This is the problem with a pistol, you know. How many, I shot that guy so many times. Okay, now here we go. This is gonna be like a sniper section coming up. There's 3 people, you want to snipe them all. First one starting on the left, then on the right. And then you're gonna see the guy drop down here. We get 2 Plaga people coming, so I always use a flash, and they actually give you a second flash anyways, like on the corner here. Where I just picked it up. Just give it a second to get the pesetas when they die. And I always feel like I'm starved for rifle ammo right around this time in the game, so I only got 5 rounds left. So that's fine, yeah. We only really need the sniper for, like... Actually, we do need it for some sections coming up, but... Yeah, we'll open up this thing now. We got a bunch of shit crushing us. I'm gonna pull out the shotgun because we're gonna take a hard left here. There's gonna be a guy that always tries to get you right away. You can shoot him. Sometimes he dies, sometimes he doesn't. In that case, he didn't die. But we're gonna actually use this little crusher thing both for a treasure and to kill the remainder guys. So they sometimes do sneak through it and don't get hit, but that was like straight up perfect. So they're completely dead. So then we can just walk back here nice and easy. We got the treasure. And there's gonna be a sniper guy coming up between these 2 little crusher things. It's a little showdown, you'll see. Pretty happy to get that one. Usually I miss that. Gonna get the emerald on the top. And now here's another little sniper section. I am actually running really low on sniper rounds, and I don't have any crafting shit to make more, so really try to make these 4 shots count, because I know we're not getting any ammo in this section. Pop him, he turns into a Plaga. That's not good. And I missed that, which pissed me off. And I didn't even kill that guy either. I thought that was a headshot. Anyways, we kill him. You can actually hear the sound effect when you know it's a guaranteed kill. It's like a little crack sound. Have you heard that? But here you can see how weak the pistol is. Like, Keep in mind, I shot him with a sniper. This is two full magazines of fucking pistol ammo. He's still not dead. That was almost 3 full rounds of pistol ammo. So pistol is actually trash late game, I swear. Normally it's like pretty like well-rounded, but here I always shotgun him, squeeze around. There's gonna be a lot of enemies. I try to shoot the barrels. You want to kind of buy some time. There's gonna be 2 people coming up here. I got lucky to get them both in 1 round. That's not always like that. But you really don't want to kill those guys because they'll spawn into the Plagas. Actually, a really harder version of the Plaga, which we haven't seen yet. So, anyways, can you imagine this is still like the same chapter? It's just an insanely long chapter. But I was praying I get some rifle ammo. I actually got my prayers answered and got 4 rounds from that. So we get to reload that while we're going down the elevator into another chill section.
Gotta keep the client happy.
So yeah, and then this is another long debated thing. I never knew whether to keep this in my runs or not, but there is a treasure coming up, and I just never really know the best way to get it. Like sometimes I'll flash right away, sometimes I'll snipe and then flash. I think this one I tried the snipe and flash method, but I wish I could find a more a more consistent way to do this. But you can see in the corner, it's actually a pretty nice one. You see that guy's transforming. I'm like, you know what? Let me get this shit going here. I don't know what the fuck happened with my knife. And he's about to grab me, thank God. I actually get so confused there, like what happened, like where my directions are. So I'm like, well, okay, well I killed him, I guess, so. That was honestly insanely nice. I killed both those guys. Yep, and you're gonna turn left, get a little greedy with the barrel there. Rifle ammo, always welcome. And yeah, that'll bring us to the end of chapter 5. So this is always a super long section here. Or is this chapter 6? This is chapter 5, I think. Yeah, my game like glitches there again. I don't know what's going on. Yes, this okay. That's chapter 5. Super long chapter 5. My game glitches again here. Look at this. I can't believe this. I thought again it was gonna crash when I was saving, but it's just taking a sweet time. I think it's just because I have like this, like the screen recording software going in the background of an already. Okay. And here we go. Chapter 6, baby. Now we're in the island, so this is what I'm talking about, the last biome. Never seen that guy not die to a headshot, but whatever. And it kind of starts off a little slower pace, honestly. But the island is just known for just bullshit ass, like, tons of people, and it's just really pushing the envelope when it comes to how much combat there is. But I like to take this path here, just take a couple extra, 30 seconds, grab the stuff from the lockers and the barrels here, because it's just guaranteed ammo, guaranteed, like, good shit. That's, like, submachine gun ammo, rifle ammo, perfect. And this guy usually does not come up here. Usually I can stab him stealthily, but that's weird. But whatever, he's down. I saw he just dropped some pesetas, which at this point are really, we're good on money. I was wondering if that gate actually opened. See, we're gonna grab so many. They have a lot of really expensive treasures in the late game. So yeah, we're totally set on money from this point on, basically. Sucks right here. Usually I have like a heavy grenade that I've collected throughout at some point in the run, but this is a terrible run for heavy grenades. So usually you can just throw it down and then kill all 3 of these guys immediately. But this one, I actually had to like manually fight them, which I haven't done in a while. And these are like really annoying people because you can see that one guy has like a torso shield thing, another one has like they have helmets, so you can't snipe certain ones. Like this guy, you have to do body shots, but there we go. Get a couple handgun ammo here. And it is important to kill those guys because you will have to like be stalling for a second here. If not, like you have to wait for an elevator to come up. Also here, you just get a bunch of shit. You get a yellow grenade, gunpowder, a bunch more shit here. There's a gem up here that you can get. And then if you're fast like this, you can actually shoot down these guys before they come up on the elevator. And you can actually shoot off this guy too, which is going to be in a section we're going to have to run through just after this elevator goes down. Honestly, I'm taking way too long in this guy. Oh, whatever. He's down. So that's one less enemy to worry about in the next section. Okay, and this section coming up, I swear to God, this is like the section I die in maybe the most out of any section. Like, and it's just not even a challenge. It's just, I feel like it sometimes is luck based. But you'll see what I'm talking about in just a moment. We're going to have to rush through this section, and it's just going to be a very narrow corridor with a lot of heavy hitting guys. So,
Welcome. I got something new.
yeah, just selling off everything here. We're more than good on money at this point. We already have our rifle and TMP fully upgraded for firepower, so I'm not stressing any big upgrades at this point. Just straight up saving for the rocket launcher, which is why I didn't buy that case upgrade. And look at that, we got at least 3 health, full heals going here. Thank God I saved because I die.
Welcome. Got some rare things on sale, stranger.
But yeah, we'll go through real quick. You know what? I was thinking about cutting out the deaths, but you know what? I think it's good to see it too, just to show like the reality of how little leeway you have in some of these sections. So here, there's gonna be a big guy coming around the corner. I flash, and then I also try to get this gem, but for some reason, every time it does the kick thing, which is really not good because it actually takes away some of the stun time. Anyways, this is the most bullshit death I've ever seen in a long time. So I come up here, so far so good, shotgun this guy, then there's a shield guy, but first of all, this guy gets stuck in my way. Shield guy comes out here. Like, what the hell just happened there? I just got fucking, like, fucked over from, like, both directions. So I just can't believe that. I don't even know what I could have even done to stop that either, but we tried a second time. Same thing again, flash here. Honestly, I'm about to say screw this, like, gem, because it's just so much trouble to get. See, I kick him again, and that's just so bad. Then I go the wrong way. Now I'm like, shit. I'm already at, like, no health. Figure played out, yo. I throw a flash just to give myself some more time on that. And I think this is, I don't think I die a second time. I shotgun this guy. I don't know what happened to the shield dude, he didn't come. This guy, I always flash to. Just too risky. You can actually push him a little bit, get him out of the way. And it should be just enough time to run in here without getting shot.
I got the medicine.
Don't die on me now.
Alright.
I reserve some items.
So yeah, kind of a chill section again here. Run into another enemy type, the Regenerators and the Iron Maidens, which you'll see in a second here, but they'll be coming up. They're basically unkillable by a TLC. This is where we should, you know, the biosensor scope I got earlier would come in handy, but we don't need that. We're gonna be rushing through. Wish I had a grenade there. I don't, but I still got lucky. So with these Regenerators, you're gonna see one coming up. Always shoot for the legs. You want to immobilize them because their damage is like a quarter as much. But look at this. I shot him in the legs and he didn't go down the first time. So I'm like, shit. I don't know. Maybe at a bad angle. I don't know. But when he's on the floor, he's a lot slower. It does a lot less damage. And they regenerate their limbs. So you have like probably about 10 seconds before they get back up again. But yeah, run around here. There's another Regenerator if we went to the right. I do not think it's worth it for the treasure, so I skipped that piece. Just get this little side room instead. And it's very spooky, yo. Very spooky. I'd like to just run over here to the safe room. Sometimes you get something cool in here. What did I get? Like a hand grenade? That would have been really nice about 10 seconds ago, but we got it now. And I feel like they're kind of useless at this point, but Anyways, we pull out the battery. It's about to go dark mode up in here. Again, kind of a nice spot if you have the biosensor thing because you can see in the dark much better. It's like a thermal thing. But, you know, when you play this enough, you know exactly where this enemy's coming from. So you'll see like a kind of a stronger guy coming in here with a little creature on his head. You can kind of predict when he's coming up. But I do say don't take this guy lightly because he can do a lot of damage if he gets close to you. For some reason, this guy feels like he has more health than an average enemy. So that was a really clean one, by the way. Usually it gets a little bit messy. Here's another, you know, moment where just shit can get really bad if you mess this up. So there's going to be a regenerator, and then you'll see an Iron Maiden, which is like an even harder version of those regenerators. So yeah, I'm collecting everything. This is seriously a toss-up sometimes, the Iron Maiden, because you're in a narrow hallway and you have to get past him. You really cannot kill him. He is just takes like 15 sniper shots, I swear. So yeah, but first regenerator, you can actually just run past him. So this guy though, I swear I don't know what the strategy is. I try to flash and just pray that he doesn't stab me as I run past him. That was just so lucky right there. And I actually get even more greedier with these chests or the barrels. But they're usually right on your ass cheeks, so you don't want to stall. There's another treasure to the right too, but it's never worth it. And flashes don't really do too much to these guys, so anyways, thank God we're out of that. That's the last time we ever see those regenerators. But yeah, we come around to the little loop-de-loop with the you know, come back to basically where that battery was needed that we got.
Welcome, stranger.
I don't even know why I'd buy that. Oh, I do buy it to... Okay, yeah, if they're all the same color, you can sell it for more, so... Boom. Free cash, just kind of marking it up to the 160,000 pesetas we're looking at. We're already very close to it. And I know for a fact there's at least 2 more really big items, or treasures they can get. So we're by far in the clear now. Yep, crouch because this thing breaks. And now we're coming up to another kind of a chill section, but I actually messed this up, I think. It's like a sniping section. I feel like, and keep in mind too, I haven't really played professional mode too much. I've played like hardcore mode a lot more. But this section, I definitely feel like there's like significantly more people hitting you. Like,
Not exactly covert,
I feel like it's like not even possible to get everybody in this, you know, unless you're hitting every shot perfectly. So I choke a little bit here. Definitely could have been better. But yeah, you'll see 2 guys here. That was actually a collateral if you saw there's somebody behind him too. But yeah, just all over the place. Look at this. There's definitely more here than the original hardcore mode. And like, holy fuck, yo, how am I supposed to get that one? It's like in between that thing. And I have to reload. Just very bad. He gets me twice. I'm like, you know what? I can't get him. Whatever. I end up going for the heals and just trying to get the next one. And there's a rocket launcher here. There's definitely more. Try to dodge by moving to the side. Of course, I'm out of ammo too. This is so terrifying when these guys get close. I got so lucky with that shot. Did you see that? I'm like, you know what? Just pistol this guy. He actually died off 2 hits, which is nuts. Yeah, there goes the sniper section. But yeah, now we're coming up. So I've only died once in this game so far, but here's where the other 2 deaths come in. And this is because I sold off that crossbow, so there's actually a really nice way to get through. Like, this is called defensive line, is this next section here. Also really difficult. Especially difficult on professional. This is crazy. But, yeah, I wish I didn't sell the crossbow because you can actually cheese the section here and get through it. Yeah, I don't even realize it until I'm like halfway through the strategy, so... Yeah, definitely want to save there. I was going to say I remember saving there, so okay. Here we go, just another bullshit section. But I would consider this to be one of the last of the hardest sections in the game, so... got these automatic machine guns shooting you down. You gotta kind of work your way up here. These things do way more damage in professional mode. They punish you really hard if you get hit with this. Like, in hardcore mode, you can almost just kind of run through it. Yeah, not in this mode. So yeah, not too bad there. Normally you're supposed to kill all these guys and kind of slowly go through this whole section, because there's a bunch of these little side stair things that you have to do. Here's where I thought I could do the trick. You need a crossbow to shoot that turret down, but I don't have it, so I can't do it. So I had to go through the manual way. And yeah, I was feeling pretty good about this too. Look at this. That was a really nice SMG or TMP shot. But look at this bullshit. You know, I'm like, okay, this is alright. This is alright. No big deal. Somebody fucking tosses a dynamite in that exact spot, instantly kills me. So you already know I'm on my computer like, man, fuck this game. So I have to go all the way back to this. I think it's good to show this though, just to show the difficulty of this, especially doing it like just the normal route too.
I need to be careful.
I messed that up too. I didn't think I'd actually go through that cutscene, but same kind of deal here. You can see practice every single one of these sections so many times. Oh my god. Same kind of thing. You'll actually see, I think I get hit a little bit here too. You can notice how much damage it does. Like that was just like one bullet and knocked me out here to like, you know, a good chunk of health. Again, same thing. And I think for this one I fall for the same thing. There must be like a certain script there where it's like that dynamite lands exactly in that position at that time where I'm running past it. Because there's a guy up or higher up on the left side that's throwing dynamite. Well, you know what? Let me try this. I'm gonna flash it right away. It doesn't get the people on the behind me, and then I get stabbed again, and then fucking blown up. I'm like, shit. That dynamite must be seriously right underneath my feet for that to happen. But I'm like, all right, you know what? We still in it. Morale at an all-time low for this thing because I was doing so great up until this point. But I'm like, you know what? Let's play it out. Let's play it out. I think I do even worse. I'm getting more and more impatient with this. Like, there you go. I got hit a little bit there. I get hit a little bit there. I'm like, shit. I get hit a lot here. Oh my god. I thought I was gonna fucking die right there. Because you get staggered every time you get hit too. Okay, but this one I keep in mind. I'm like, alright, you know what? That dynamite comes there at that exact same time, so I'm just gonna avoid that specific small section and go around it. So you'll see here, yeah. This time I just shotgun the dude. Buy me some time. Press it, and then wait a second. Actually go all the way around. Avoid that electrical shock. There it is. There's that grenade or that Molotov thing, or whatever. I'm like, you know what? What do? Should I flash it? Let's flash it because I just don't feel comfortable running past all those enemies. We use up a lot of flashes here. This is like really detrimental. And I don't know what happened here. Usually there's like 5 guys up here. There's only 1, but there's a bigger guy. Oh, there they are. What do you know? So I'm just getting screwed here because I have to blow through so many flashes. I have to use another flash to get this too because you have to take out this turret and move it to get past the section. I'm like, shit, I don't want to get, you know, caught either. And look at this too, the big dude's shooting like, you know, machine gun shit at me too at the same time. So many enemies coming through that thing. Guys lighting up Molotovs. I'm just gonna run. And this section, this is so terrible. Look at this, yo. The thing is like right in my direction. And I'm like, holy shit. If I die right here, look how close I am to dying. Like, I have 1 green health pot left, or 1 green herb left. Just barely make that shit. And look at this too. You can see the guy shooting rounds behind me too. Thank God nothing hit me. I was like, holy shit, that's a hard section. That is probably the hardest section in this entire professional mode, I'm not gonna lie. So whatever, I saved. I'm like, you know what, if I die in some stupid way, I don't want to have to do that again. So, but yeah, here we go. This is just a massive, honestly, this is probably the easiest part of the game right here. because it's just a lot of cutscenes, and you know, first time around in this, it was like pretty spooky. They really set the environment with this too, with like the laser rooms. But also, I memorized this thing, and it's different on professional mode. I didn't expect that. Like the fingerprints are different too, so unusual. Yeah, I didn't think they'd change that up in professional mode versus hardcore, but yep, just kind of running around here. We're gonna meet a nice little friendly guy coming up.
You don't look
There he is. And we're just gonna kind of run away from him here. You have plenty of time on this, to be honest. You are totally chill on this, so I'm just relaxing.
This is where we say goodbye.
Gonna come over here. We're gonna sneak underneath him. Bada bing, bada boom. You can see him on the top there. Just honestly, I love the environment for this though. Like the first time I was playing through this section, I'm like, damn, this is, you know,
Guess my new
really
friend is the result of some
you know, immersing myself in the scene. Yeah, you think you're good, then he comes back to get you again. That's what he actually looks like. Big ass dude, you know, some experimental creature. And I never knew if he messes up enough times if he actually gets you. I've never messed this up once yet, so. You know, there's the door. And he's just chasing us all around this facility. But yeah, we're out for now. And then we get to have a little bit of fun with some lasers coming up. You know what? I actually missed the section there. I should have gone through the door on the left. There's a treasure in there, but whatever. We're chilling.
better watch out.
We'll do the fast speed for this one. The first one you can just run through. The second one you can squeeze in just barely there. Third one's super easy. You just gotta hit the E button when it gets close. It will insta-kill you though if you mess it up, so
Well, that was
not too bad. And again, just some more doors.
This is it.
Nice.
Now, how to connect the device.
So we're shutting off the security there.
Okay, I'm done here.
I love that phrase. Okay, I'm done. And you just already know some bullshit is gonna happen on the way out. So, especially when you hear shit like that. Yeah, I missed that room on the right again. Oh well. I don't think it's necessary for the treasure. But yeah, we do the little face-off now. Really just a bunch of quick time events, just hitting the E button. There's nothing too crazy. Really cool to watch though. You know what's funny for this last section? If you actually, for this here, if you miss this quick time event, it has like the most gruesome death in the whole game right there. But you know, you'll see Ada just get her head like chopped off by the laser. It's insane. But yeah, there it is, chapter 6 done right there. So not too bad. Coming up on the final chapter.
Leon's headed for their sanctuary. I'll meet
And not gonna lie, this chapter is actually difficult. Like this specific section coming up.
Perfect for a professional like you.
And I'm trying to remember if I die here or not. I think I die like way later in it, but yeah, there's like a whole run right here where it's like a lot of people and you can actually cheese it and get through it. See, I already messed up. I shouldn't have done that. Just barely avoid this hit right here. Whoa, shit. But I practiced this section so many times, dude. This is just a really difficult area. Well, you know what? I don't need to kill this guy. He's not gonna hit me. Usually I'll lob a grenade over here. I don't think it's always necessary because a bunch of guys come through. But I do think it's necessary to pop this and then go through here. Grab the flash grenade too. I think I'm down one more flash I need to. So here's a really difficult section. Okay, These guys come through on the elevator, one of the big pig dudes too, and they're in a certain vicinity to the elevator. You actually can't press the button, so you have to be like really cautious with this. Like, look how close he is. That's too close. I run over, stab him with a knife just to push him forward a little bit, or I think he just dies straight up. That's actually, oh no, man, he just goes forward a little bit. I was like so fucking happy to get that. I don't think I've ever had a clean one like that, to be honest. Because it's very sensitive. If he's too close, you're screwed. And then you have to fight like 10 guys in like that small vicinity. You basically die. So. But I think I choke on this. This is the first time I ever died in this section. You can kill this guy, get the little hat, which you can sell too. And this is really actually ass, because you really need a flash grenade for this section, and I don't have a large resource. So I'm like, fuck it, we'll do a live with a regular grenade. I don't think it's enough though. I actually forget how I even die. Yeah, what the fuck was that, honestly, yo? I was not expecting like a death like that, just a 2-hitter, and then I'm like, shit. Now I gotta go all the way back to the beginning of the chapter again for that.
Leon's headed for their sanctuary.
But that's fine, that's fine. This time I'm like, you know what? Learn from the mistakes. Come to the shop, I actually buy a large resource specifically for a second flash grenade for that section. I think I actually buy, oh no man, I thought I bought 2. Yeah, we're chilling. Because you get one along the way, so. Anyways, the second time I do it, a lot more cleaner. I don't even think I go for this guy. I get lucky as fuck with that parry. Parries are so difficult in this. I thought that was bullshit. But whatever. We're really low on health too, by the way. We have like 1 greener, which is like maybe half of a heal. So basically, if we get hit once, we're screwed. This time I just say, fuck the grenade. Really close on that. I was so surprised I didn't get hit. You can tell they're really close based on how fast that bomb trip mine goes off. And here we go again. So we want to kind of stall it a little bit. You don't have too much time. Try to bank it off of the wall. And here we go again. Same kind of deal. Stab him. Just to push him forward a little bit and pray to God that you get this. And I got it. Just avoid having to kill all those enemies, plus the ones that are even further back. But yeah, this time I do it right for sure. So what is it? 3 deaths, you know, over the course of a hour-and-a-half run. Not too bad. And this really is like the final stretch too, where it's like shit just gets crazy. But yeah, here's another really expensive treasure right here. Now I get the flash, and now look how much easier it is. You just toss that shit in, flash everybody, and like I said, it's a jail-free, get out of jail-free card. Just go right past them. You got plenty of time for this too. Sometimes they can get you off that with the arrows, so I duck. And I think there's one more hard section.
Almost there.
Oh, and I missed the treasure there, yeah. But yeah, plenty of money. You know, that's another expensive ass treasure. So we got plenty of cash to buy the final rocket launcher that we need for the final boss. Look at that. Yeah, we have like 30,000 ahead on it, so we're chilling. Yeah, and honestly, even at this point too, I'd be like selling some of my weapons because it's just like we don't need everything, but it's nice to be able to keep everything too. I think I just start stocking up for flashes, yeah, because I know I'm gonna need one. I think I buy a second one too, just for safekeeping. Like I said, yeah, the large resource and the gunpowder to craft a flash grenade. So now I got 2 flashes, so we're chilling. I think that's the final save too before we go all in. And this is also the last time you see the merchant too. Now I kind of take a little bit longer on this. I was trying to find. There's 2 Novicidors. One's always on the wall or on the ceiling. I can only see this one though, so I don't know. He came out though. think I hit him. So, yeah. I just tried to shoot him because I couldn't get to him to get the plug in time. There's like a ruby on top here, but it literally doesn't even matter because you can't sell it because there's no merchant left. And here's the final boss, which is funny as hell. Pull out the rocket launcher. And boom. There's the final boss, but there's still more after it, so. Yeah, so now we're just chilling. Now it's just kind of like a race to the finish.
What I was looking for.
And for this, I usually try to snipe the people just because I know we're going to have to come up that way again. So it's just like, alright, just, you know, do what you can here. I'm like, I'll reload along the way.
I need to hurry.
And this is just a race too. Again, I like to kill the guys at the top just because we're going to have to go that direction anyways. So I'd have to kill him either way. Yeah, busting out the shotgun because this is primo time to use shotgun. We're just trying to get everyone the fuck out of your way. And running through. This is actual bullshit right here. Never got hit twice, let alone even once, honestly. But one round in the shotgun, I think I can do it. There's gonna be a guy around the corner. Boom, and then you want to shoot that. I actually missed it the first time. And then, I don't know, I was struggling with this too. I feel like shotguns are really weak late game. I guess I haven't updated it. I got lucky as fuck with the parry again. And this is just a scary section because I'm kind of low on shotgun ammo. My god, this section gets insanely close. Look at this. I get hit with the arrow. I'm like, oh my god, I can hear him revving up the thing. Oh shit, I was seriously one bullet away from getting my ass killed there, having to redo so much. These guys, you can pretty much walk past them. They're never gonna rocket launch you unless you like stall more than like a second or two. I'm gonna grab the massive rocket launcher that we need for Leon.
Oh, deja vu.
That'll be the gun to kill the final boss for real. I have to just take a second here because these are like really good crates too. Like better than average for sure. So just get all that just to stock up for the final little section here. So there's gonna be a couple rocket launcher guys. I like to take them out first. As soon as you start going forward, all these Novistadors are gonna start flying around you. So be a little cautious of that too. I just pull out the TMP because we got so much ammo, and we're probably not even gonna be able to use it all. So yep. Pop the eyeball a couple times so that we can move. I'm like, let me reload just in case I need to do some crazy shit for this, but I'd like to kick this guy, snipe this dude, toss a flash in, and then just lay down damage on the eyeball so you can get out. Because there's a bunch of people that come from that side. Yes, look how scary this shit is. By the time I hit that, I'm like, it's over. God damn, look how many people were there. That would have been so ugly. I almost didn't even make that one, I'm gonna be honest. But by the time I do that, I'm like, it's game. We pretty much got it. We're gonna do the finishing thing here. We're gonna jump to the top, and we're gonna use that special rocket launcher we had. This is all kind of cutscene stuff coming up, though. Let you enjoy the final cutscene in the game. Actually, skip it. Anyways, he shoots the rocket launcher, kills the big guy, like the final boss guy. We get out in a helicopter. And that's GG, baby. You can see, is that 146 S rank? Not too bad. I'll take it. That was honestly, that might have been the best professional run I've ever done. I haven't done too many professional mode ones, mostly hardcore, but still shooting, there's an S plus rank you can also do. So that's same thing, you can only save a certain amount of times, but I don't know, I find that not to be too fun. But yeah, there's get some unlocks for that. You can see all the chapters. You can see chapter 5 was like 30 minutes. That's a long one. 3 deaths total, not too bad at all for like the hardest, difficulty in this game. But yeah, thank you for watching. Appreciate it.